everyone to Long Road's virtual open evening. My name's Yolanda Botham and I'm the principal, and my brilliant colleague with me tonight is Steve Dann, the chap you can see in the small square above. And we've also got two other brilliant colleagues in the background who are ensuring that the IT works this evening. That's Dan and Jason. So I think the first thing I'd like to say to all of you out there is thank you very much for turning up tonight. You could be out in your garden if you have one, or outside in the park enjoying what is the hottest day. But yet you are here tuned in to listen to us, which is pretty amazing. We would have loved to have welcomed you, which was the plan, welcomed you to Long Road, which would be what we do in June, have all you Year 10 visits. Come and have a look round, meet our students, talk to our friendly teachers, and actually have a really good look at our grounds. I mean, it is looking fabulous. The college is actually looking fabulous. I am sitting in my office now, as is Steve, and the sun is kind of pouring in from the side here. I really, really wish you could have been here to have a look at it. Sadly, thanks to COVID, we can't do that because normally we have about 5,000 visitors over the 2 days, and that's just too many people for the current guidance, obviously. But we can do this. So we are doing this. We have 25 minutes or so with you. Hopefully you'll stick to the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a little bit about why we think that Long Road is such a special place to come and study at. We're going to talk a little bit about the courses that we offer, combinations you can do, the support that we're going to give you when you start to make that transition really, really smooth. We'll also talk about some of the extras, the enrichment, the SuperCurricular stuff, because we're very lucky. We're actually based right on the edge of the biomedical campus. And you probably know, one of our nearest neighbours looms over us a little bit, AstraZeneca. They're certainly in the news right now. The other thing we're going to do is remind you a little bit about how to make an application and talk about enrolment. Now, what we know out there, the thousands of you out there, is that there will be Year 10s listening who are thinking about where to go. And we've also got Year 11s who've made their application to us, who we're really hoping and excited to welcome in September. So we're going to try and address both those audiences, Year 10 and Year 11. So the very first thing I want to say, absolutely, that we are very, very proudly, unashamedly, an inclusive sixth form college. So if you're sitting out there thinking, maybe my next step is an apprenticeship, maybe I'm going to university, I'm thinking about Oxford or Cambridge, or you've no idea, if you come to us, every student matters. Every student matters. And we really do count in ones. And our curriculum reflects the different students that join us. And Steve's going to say a little bit more about that curriculum later. So whether you come and enroll with us to do level 2 art, GCSE biology, A-level maths, A-level English, history, economics, applied science, health and social care, it doesn't matter. Everybody counts. Everybody counts. And it's our job to support you, inspire you, stretch, motivate you so that you are absolutely able to progress on to a really exciting future. Because that's why we're here. That's what we're all about. We're just a stepping stone for your next step. Okay, and we're going to do our very best to help you achieve your very best. No sooner have you started, we will be talking about where you're going next. Now we have a very good, very long, if you forgive the pun, track record of academic success. If you have a look at all our Ofsteds, they're great. And in fact, we've just had a recent one, very recent compared to many others locally, which was December 2019. Do have a look at it. It's really interesting. And indeed the one before that and the one before that for more information. Ofsted inspectors, when they visited us in December, so it's very recent, were really impressed by the quality of our student work, their resilience and their ambition. Now, one of the reasons why our students are successful is because we have brilliant teachers. I mean, they really are good. They're true subject specialists. I mean, they know their stuff. They really love their subject. And they want you to love their subject. And if you were to pick a department like, for example, the chemistry department, all of them have PhDs in the subject. They really know their stuff. And they're expert too in teaching this age group, 16 to 19-year-olds. So unlike a school teacher, they don't have to teach year 7, do GCSE, then do A-level and back again. Ours can actually specialise, which means they get good at what they're doing. They are good at what they're doing, and they can help you thrive. Another very, very important point to underline about learning at Longroad is that it's a mature university-style environment. There are no uniforms, there are no bells. We treat you very much as the emerging adult that you are. Now, some students really relish that independence. They thrive, they're excited to have that level of freedom. But actually, for quite a number of students, that move from school to college is quite scary, quite daunting. Will I settle in? Will I make friends? How am I going to survive? Will I cope with the work? Now, we know that, and it's perfectly common. So what we do is ensure that you have individual support from the moment you start. And our support is supplied in a number of different ways. And one of the most important is through your progress coach. And your progress coach is a bit like a form tutor that you might have at school. So with your progress coach, you'll have regular one-to-one academic tutorials. You'll also have group sessions where you'll get to know other students and make friends and really settle into college life. Now, along with your progress coach, we've also got a really friendly academic support department, and they're there to support you if you have other learning needs like dyslexia or an EHCP plan. They're there to help you. We've also got counsellors, well-being events, and I think that's Dylan the therapy dog who pops in from time to time. Something we haven't talked about yet but is critical to your success as a student at Longroad is the relationship we have with your parents and carers. Because just like school, we think that is really, really important. So your parents and carers will have parents' evenings, the same as they had at school, reports, and they've also got 24-hour access to your attendance and your progress anytime. Because we see it as a partnership with your parents. Because whilst you are absolutely becoming more independent, becoming an emerging adult, you're not fully there yet. And we're in a partnership together to ensure that you thrive, ready for the next exciting journey that you'll be off to after Longroad. Next bit we're going to talk about is the curriculum. So I'm going to hand you over to Steve. And Steve.
Hi everybody, thank you Yolanda. My name's Steve Dann, I'm the Vice Principal at the college. I'm going to talk you through some of our curriculum highlights. The main thing to point out is the breadth of our curriculum. We don't just offer a range of different subjects, but we offer different levels and styles of learning. Now level 3, which is the step up from GCSE, makes up the majority of our offer, but we also have a 1-year level 2 programme for those students who are not quite yet ready for level 3, and also a level 4 foundation course for students who are bridging the gap to university art courses. We offer a full range of A-levels in subjects, some of which will be familiar from GCSE, like geography, history, maths, but also subjects that would be new to you: psychology, film studies, economics. A-levels are studied over 2 years, and all the exams are at the end of the 2nd year. Some of them will also have up to 20% coursework. The exams in those subjects require students to have a full understanding of the whole course. Our level 3 diplomas are a range of courses at different sizes. Some of those are 1 A-level equivalent, some are 2, some, the extended diplomas, are 3 A-levels. You would only do that subject. Now, these courses offer a greater mix of assessment. They will mostly have some exams, but these can be taken throughout the course and can be retaken if necessary if you want to improve the result. They have more coursework, or as we would call it, non-exam assessment. That assessment can be slightly different forms. It might be a controlled assessment in the class time that the teacher sets. And these are divided into discrete units of study. So you tick off units within those qualifications to build up the overall qualification. Some subjects offer both A-level and diploma qualifications. So you really need to think which style of assessment and learning is going to suit me best. So we're a large college. We've got about 2,400 students. And although we've got a lot of different courses, that means there are a lot of students doing each of those courses. For example, Sociology A-level has got 200 students or so in each year group, and Applied Criminology has got over 500 students taking the subject. Now, this size means that we can be flexible with our timetable, and students can combine courses in multiple ways. There are no restrictions on subjects that you can take together as long as you are qualified for them. And you would need to check the entry criteria for each of the different subjects. So a common question that's always asked at Open Evening is, what subjects go well with each other? And there's no simple answer to that question. It will depend partly on what you might want to do in the future and what your strengths are. If you want to go on and take a science course at university, for example, you would have a greater choice of options if you take mainly sciences. Scientists like you to have a broad range of sciences. Some university courses, such as psychology degrees, may also require particular subjects. They tend to like biology. But other courses or progression routes are less fussy about specifics. For example, accountancy courses or apprenticeships rarely require A-level maths, although a lot of people assume that they do. Our advice is to check in advance. You can do this on the UCAS site and many other sites where you can put in different subjects and it will tell you possible career paths that those subjects would lead to. Or work backwards, put in a career path or a higher education qualification and find out what subjects, if any, are required or recommended. And remember that universities are all different. They set their own requirements. So just because you've looked at one, don't assume that the others are the same. Look at a range of universities and see what their requirements are. As Yolanda says, whatever subjects you choose that make up your study program, one thing is certain. You'll be taught by subject specialists, and they're passionate about the subjects and they're experts in them. Our teachers focus solely on post-16 education, and many of them are examiners or advisors at national level. Many have had books written related to their subjects. Classes will also probably be smaller than you're used to, with a maximum of 24 and an average class size of around 19. We're very well resourced. We've got specialist facilities, including dance studio, dark room, digital media animation facilities, and full all-weather sports pitches. One major difference from school is the independent study. Your timetable will look different. You will have free periods in there, or as we like to call them, study periods. These are allocated within your timetable, and you'll be expected to spend quite a lot of time completing homework, going back over work, or reading up around your chosen subjects. To support this, we've got a number of study areas in college, including the Learning Resource Centre, pictured there, where you can work in silence in one part or quietly discuss projects in small groups in other parts. We have full Wi-Fi around the college, and we actively encourage students to bring their own devices, such as laptops, to support that independent learning. PCs, Macs and laptops can all be booked out in the LRC. Well as the classroom study and independent learning, you'll be encouraged to broaden your experiences with many varied supercurricular and extracurricular opportunities. What do I mean by those two terms? Supercurricular means activities that build on and support the subjects within your curriculum. So, for example, it might be going to watch a play in London if you're doing English or drama, or going to a science lecture at the university here if you're doing one of the science subjects. So they really build beyond the curriculum that you're being taught. Extracurricular opportunities are those that sit outside your subject, but still build what we call soft skills, maybe teamwork or leadership skills. And these might include undertaking some work experience, maybe with one of our local employers, such as Arm, Adambrooks or Marshalls. We really like it when students get involved in competitions, and we've had some really good successes with regional and national awards in innovations, such as the Hearing Glasses project, which I'll show you. So this was a competition for innovation run locally, and I think more widely, I think it went on to the regionals and nationals. And this was our team which won a prize for their Hearing Glasses project. They developed glasses that would signal and respond to particular voice commands so that wearers would be able to get a visual clue about where sound was coming from. Really, really innovative, and they worked. I tried them on. For those of you aiming for a career in medicine, we run a med squad, and this gives students extra work experience, masterclasses, and preparation for those entrance exams and interviews that you need to get into medical courses. Several successful students are now training to be doctors, and this year we've increased those numbers, and we also have trainee vets on the programme as well. For those students who aspire to study at those competitive universities, these additional supercurricular activities really are important and can make the difference to an application, making it stand out from the rest. So we run a similar program as the Med Squad for those students, and they can come along and really enhance their applications and build up the experiences that they're going to get. Meeting together and talking to students and alumni from different universities. Now, we know that students are at many different stages about thinking about the future. Some students, some of you will have a very clear direction. You know what you want to do in life, you know where you want to go, and you've known it for some time. Others of you will really be still exploring the different options, and there are huge numbers of options going out there. We know this future can be a really confusing landscape. And we support students through our dedicated progression department and team of progress coaches who meet with students individually to discuss how they're getting on at college and support them through the decision-making process with all the unbiased information, advice and guidance, whether you're thinking about university, employment or apprenticeships. We put on a wide range of events and talks for students with visiting speakers and ex-students coming back to tell the next cohort about their own journeys. These might be subject specific, or they might be general, like apprenticeships. So the extracurricular, the great thing about being a large college is you're bound to find a load of other students who like the same thing as you. You might have thought that you were out on your own at your school and you were the only person interested in this thing. Come here, you'll find there's a group of you, and you can take advantage of that, whether that is for competitive sports, and we play in the Cambridge University leagues, for example, in football against their teams, national competitions like the Association of College Nationals, or if you just want to get together with a group and set up a hula hoop club, we can set that up. We run a large number of societies within the college, and we offer a load of volunteering opportunities as well. We think it's really important that not only do we make a difference for the students in the college, but our students should make a difference to the wider community around us. We've had some fantastic feedback with our students going out, raising money or supporting people in the local community. I'm going to pass back to Yolanda now.
Thanks, Steve. Okay, what we're looking at here, everyone, was the week that Ofsted popped in. So if you have a look at that slide and just have a read of what was happening in that week, I hope you'll agree with me that it was a really rich mix of activities, and it's something there for everybody. And that is a typical week. That's the long road week. When you come, all kinds of things you could be doing. And as Steve said, if we're not doing what you want, then you need to set up your own club, and we'll support you to do that. So we've talked so far about a little bit about the courses, the support we give you, the enrichment, all of that. Okay, and I've said, haven't I, that we are a stepping stone to an exciting future. So what we wanted to do was to try and select a few students that could illustrate for you the kind of different futures that you could go on to do. Because what we want to really underline heavily is that as an inclusive college, we don't prepare you for just one track. There isn't one track, just because there isn't just one kind of student. There are lots of different futures, lots of different tracks. So here we're looking at Saffron. Now, Saffron didn't do A-levels. She did the Applied Science Extended Diploma, brilliant course, and she also decided not to go to university, but to do this fabulous degree apprenticeship in the very relevant bioinformatics career. So I think that's pretty fabulous. Now here's Hayden. Hayden took a more traditional route. He did A-levels, did brilliantly, and he is now at Loughborough reading aeronautical engineering. Fabulous. Now, Sophie, what's interesting here is that Sophie, yes, is at Sheffield Hallam University, but she's studying paramedic science. And what's quite, apart from being terribly relevant for now, I wanted to highlight that there are all kinds of different degrees. And maybe there are some of you out there that might not have realised that you could do a degree in this. The other important point I wanted to underline here is that most long road students do go on to university. Most of them do. And actually, what the recent university stats shows is that long road students get more firsts and 2-1s than the state school average. Now, why do they do that? I'm sure the universities would say they play an important part in that. But what we'd want to underline is that those students have had the long road sixth form college experience, the true sixth form college experience, and they've been better prepared. Because if you think about it, what you're going to do now, which is leave school, make new friends, come to college, meet new teachers, become more independent, that's exactly what you're going to do when you start university. So when you do, you're better prepared than those students doing it for the very first time. Now here's Meg. Meg is representing the whole of the arts for us this evening, because Meg went on to do a degree in the British and Irish Modern Music Modern Music Institution, and she's in fact currently running her own business, Dusty Studio Productions, down there in Brighton. Do Google that and you can find out more. So what we wanted to show you was, and you've seen Stuart and other students on the slides previously, that Saffron, Hayden, Sophie and Meg, they've all taken very different paths, and that's our job to help you find the one that's right for you. Now, I'm sure you're sitting there saying, how can I join this fabulous college? I'm sure you are, I hope you are. In which case, let me tell you. So what we're looking at here, so if you're a year 10 student, you've got plenty of time. You can enroll online and your school will help you manage that process, and we'll help too. And you've got plenty of time. The deadline for your application isn't till the 12th of January 2021. While you're making up your mind about where's the right place for you, have a good look on our website. We've got some fabulous stuff there. We've got a new virtual tour, a film, teachers talking about their subjects. We've got Q&As with students telling you about what it's like to be a student here, and a hell of a lot more. So do have a good old rummage there. You might want to look at the work that was set for year 11s, the sort of summer work, because that will give you a flavour and a taste of what subjects might be like. Now, if you're a year 11 student, okay, we're going to be sending you an enrolment pack out very shortly with all the information that you need. So please relax, don't worry, we'll be sending one very, very soon. Most of the enrolment process will be online, because that's really easier for most people. But we will want to invite people in to talk things through with you on site. And you can see there that teaching starts on the 7th. Now, what Steve and I want to say to you is that we know that this has been a really, really tough year, that you haven't been in school since March. So as a college, we are going to take things very slowly and gently and get you used to college life and the subjects you're studying. Now, on GCSE results day, fingers crossed that you get the grades that you want. I really hope you do, and I'm sure you will. But if you are unhappy with those, please remember what Steve was talking about earlier. We've got a really, really wide curriculum, and there are lots of options for you, and we'll talk it all through together. Now, we wanted to answer really some very big questions. What will it be like because of COVID? Will all the teaching be remote? Absolutely not. So we're planning now in the autumn term to have teaching on site in small groups like the universities. Of course, because it's really important, and we'll be running enrichment on site as well as online. Really, really important. We know that you want to come on site, make that connection with us, and we really want to see you. Now, exactly how many students we can have on site will depend, of course, on the government guidance, and we're still waiting for that, and they're going to be publishing that very soon. But what we do know, absolutely one thing we can promise you, is we can't wait to have everyone back. So you will be able to use the art studios, the drama studios, and the like. And we'll tell you more as that guidance comes out from government. I wanted to end with Charlotte. Charlotte is the first in her family to go to university. Here she is studying in America, doing a degree in politics and having an absolutely fabulous time. And the reason I wanted to pick her, she's standing for what we stand for, which is there are no limits. No limits. We are ambitious for you at Longroad. We want you to be proud of what you've contributed and achieved, and ready to do so much more when you leave us and go on to an exciting future. So thank you to all those people who've sat here and listened for the last 25 minutes in this tropical heat. We wish you a lovely evening, and we hope very much that we can welcome you very soon to Longroad to show you round our fabulous college. So all there is to say now is goodbye, and thank you very much for listening.
Thank you ever so much for watching the presentation, and all the best over the next few months. Hopefully we'll see you here in the future. Bye bye.